Morning, everybody. I'm having coffee even though it's almost 5 p.m. in Italy. Why not? It's fine because we don't eat dinner until like 9, so I still have a long ways to go. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. I want to talk today about the 5 best budget-friendly online coaching tools that I have used. Some of them I've, now edged up from, and some I still use, and they're amazing. And I wanted to share this because recently I've been talking a lot about mindset stuff, and I've been sharing, different mindset tips around money and, whether work has to be hard, if you can make money and you can make it easily. I'm also hosting the Payday Party workshop, which is blending practical financial tips with mindset. If you are a business owner, you're going to want to join us for that. We kick off next Monday, August 26th, and it is a week-long workshop. And we're going to dive into what's been holding you back financially from being able to make the money that you want to all the way to saving a certain amount of money, all the way to spending money. A lot of people have blocks even just around spending money. We're also going to look at a system that you can implement into your business that can make the whole managing money process easy for you. You'll know exactly what's happening in your business. You'll be able to make better decisions around investments you want to make in your business, hiring for your business, all of that good stuff. And then we're going to talk about implementation from both money mindset exercises that you can do, as well as the actual financial aspects of implementing a system into your business and getting started with seeing that making and managing money can be easy. It doesn't have to be this hard thing that we're all just, naturally bad at. I believe we are all naturally good at managing money. It just takes, understanding the complexity that we're living in and maybe breaking it down to a much more simple system. But today, I want to talk about some budget-friendly online coaching tools because oftentimes, the Payday Party is really set up to help you see that you can start paying yourself from your business. But a lot of people feel like, I can't possibly pay myself from my business. My business needs all the money that I make in revenue to pay the bills for business bills, to pay for all these other things. So I want to give a couple of no excuse tools, especially if you are an online coach. I find these tools I've used or I still use in my business, and they are, let me look at my list. I think they're mostly all free. Yep, they're all free. So this is kind of like you have no excuses. Yes, I totally understand that, taking the next tier up and paying for something is can be easier, it can be more useful, but you can also take a very strategic approach to when it is time to level up to the paid tier from the free tier. And if you're not able to pay yourself from your business and you're throwing all your cash at your business expenses, then what are you doing? You have an expensive hobby and you don't have a business because now your business is just, hemorrhaging money essentially. So let's get started. I want to make this as quick as possible because it's Friday and we all have places to be. So the first tool that I love and I use, and it is free, and I'm looking at it right now because I use it to plan out all of my live streams as well. It does so many things for me, but I also use it as a client management system, or you might consider it to be a CRM, and that is Asana. So Asana is like it's essentially, I think what they market it as is a task management software. You can download it for free off of the internet, and I think, or you just access the app via the internet. And I have it set up. I have a specific, what is it called? A specific project that is my CRM for client coaching. And that helps me manage all of the notes that I take, all of the appointment reminders, or if I need to do any prep for an upcoming call. I have a fairly manual system when it comes to charging my clients just because I haven't, honestly, I just haven't had time or resources to set up the back end for automatic charging. And I do things really specifically so that I know I'm going to get paid. So that's a different story. But I just then use Asana to remind me when those charges need to go through. I house all of the, contracts and stuff there. So I just know very easily how to take things and set it up. And there are more automations that if you wanted to, you could use with Asana. I think they have a lot of integration possibilities. They connect to Google Drive. And so if you have your contract sitting on Google Drive and you just need to go pull it and attach it to each of the clients, as my clients are sub projects, you can do that. So it's really, really awesome. And it's an all-in-one platform. And so I have, like I said, I have my CRM client dashboard there. I also have my live stream calendar, content calendar there. I'm looking at it because it's right here. What else do I have? I'm going through a certification. So I just have a checklist for the various lessons that I need to go through and the projects and homework that I need to do in that certification. And then I also have, for the podcast, I have a content calendar for the podcast specifically, especially because my podcast is half solo shows, half interviews. And then for each podcast project, I outline, okay, what are the things I need to go through? Now, obviously, if you're in a coaching business, if you're just starting a coaching business, you don't need to have a podcast. Maybe you do all of your content on Facebook or on Instagram. If you do have a podcast, those are all just additional tools to help you with marketing. But what Asana can truly do for you, other than all these amazing additional things, is for your client coaching purposes, help you manage your clients and keep the notes after your calls and remind you when to follow up and all of that good stuff. And that's what I absolutely love it for. There are obviously higher end paid platforms that you can use, but I have just grown to love Asana, and I find that it is really, really helpful. So the second tool that is free, there is a paid tier, but it is also free, and I would definitely recommend using it for coaching, although you could use an alternative free tool, is Zoom. So if you are doing online coaching, you are probably having calls with your clients. So you can set up Zoom. It's, again, another online software that you can download onto your computer, and you can host Zoom calls, and then your clients can join via a link, or they can just call in from their phone and using a little passcode, and then you have your conference calling software right there. I'm not sure if the paid version is the one that then allows you to access the recordings or not. For some people with coaching, they like to have recordings and provide their recordings to their clients. So I'm not sure if that's the difference, but if you're just getting started, you can use Zoom. You can actually record the calls using QuickTime, which is usually on every platform almost, or another free download from the internet. So you could instead record the calls that way if you need a roundabout hack. But again, this is my no excuses best budget-friendly online tools list for online coaching. And obviously having a place to have those calls and making it a little more professional than maybe something like Skype. Now, I still use Skype a lot. I use it with my coaching clients. I use it for my podcast interviews, so I think Skype is great too, but I have found that Zoom can be a little bit easier when you're setting up those calls, and it's really awesome. And it's free as long as you have, you're just having one-to-one conversation with someone. Otherwise, they add like a time limit on it. The third tool that I think is really helpful if you're building out a coaching business is to have some sort of email automation tool. And one that we all know and have probably used, especially when we got started, was MailChimp. I used MailChimp I used it for a while. I even switched to a paid platform and then switched back to MailChimp. And MailChimp is a free email automation tool up to a certain number of subscribers. So just, especially if you're just getting started, you can absolutely use MailChimp. Also, I think the number is 1,000 subscribers. And I'll be honest, when you're in the coaching world, your list does not need to be that large. Sure, you could have a huge list, but it doesn't need to be that large. And so you could always prune your list down, because most online digital marketers, people who work in the online space, no matter what industry they're in, will probably say that, 15 to 25% of their list are actually opening the emails. A lot of people go just kind of quiet, or they end up ghosting you when it comes to email marketing. And so why not prune out the people that are just dead weight on your email list and making your numbers look bad? And I think that's a really good thing to do. I know that numbers can feel good, but honestly, that doesn't result in sales. The sales are the connections you make with the few people who then turn around, especially in the coaching world. So MailChimp is a great easy way in, and it's free, and then you can move into some other options. Now I personally use Drip, which is a side business of Lead Pages. It's a Lead Pages company. I really like it. They have so many different options, but it is a tier higher. I know also a lot of people use ConvertKit, but if you want a free get started version, MailChimp is awesome. The fourth tool that I use to manage my coaching business is actually Google Drive. So Gmail is free to have. Sure, you could do G Suite and pay, but you could also just use a Gmail account and it's free to have. And then you can set up all of your basically file management within Google Drive. Depending on the type of coaching, you would obviously want to check the security of all of the data that will be held in there, but it is a great place to, between you and your client, that's where you can share your files, to dissect anything that you want to, whatever it is you're requesting from them. And then that's also another place you can save your contracts or save any other notes or whatever it is, so that you can share it between your clients, but also keep your business organized. So I use Google Drive for a lot of my content stuff, so that I can communicate that to my assistants or my content writers. I also use it for my clients and managing that. So depending on what your business looks like, if you do content in certain ways, you could use it for that, or it could just be for client management. And then the fifth thing that I think is a really awesome tool for an online coaching business is Canva. So Canva is great for creating really beautiful graphics and kind of branding, adding branding to your business. And you'll notice that out of these 5 tools, I did not say a website. And that's because I've seen so many people build such powerful businesses, especially online coaches, without a website. And although I think a website can, sure, make you look more professional, obviously it helps you, adds to maybe some of your credibility or your leadership in a way, because you'll have a place, kind of like a landing pad for people who are looking you up to then go, oh, this is where she is, these are her services, this is all the content that she's written to showcase herself as a leader in the space. But at the end of the day, you don't need a website in order to just get the sale. So in any case, you don't even need to use Canva, but if you're marketing yourself on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, and you want to have some sort of brand colors and all of that good stuff, Canva is a free sort of graphic design tool that I think is so helpful. I use it. I have up-leveled into the paid version just so I could store my colors and my brand colors and fonts, and so I can download things without a background. So like do a PNG file with a transparent background. And that's pretty much the only thing that I use it for. Well, the only reason I've upgraded to the paid version, but it is free for most people and it's awesome. And I highly recommend using that. So those are the 5 online tools that are super budget friendly for your coaching business, whether you're in the period of building it and you're just starting out, or you've been doing it for a while. I'd say you have no excuse. You don't need to spend a ton of money to get your business up and running, or even to keep it going. A lot of these tools, like I said, I still use. I know a lot of people use them because they are amazing and they are there for you. So no excuses. Pay yourself and then manage your business's budget afterwards. You got to take care of yourself, sister. So if you guys are interested in paying yourself or dealing with some money blocks that you might be dealing with, getting to reprogram some of those blocks and start thinking about your money differently so you can make and manage money with ease, I invite you to join us for the payday party. Go to wonderwealthy.com/party to get inside, and I hope to see you there. All right, that is it for today. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.